Hello trainers, Ganeto here, and today we have some battles submitted by Anifion, who is gonna be an amazing member of the Greek Pokemon Go PvP community and at the same time my teammate on the factions team that we have for Sylph Arena. So we're gonna take a look at the team for the Halloween Cup of Ultra League with a pretty strong front line on the face of Tapu Fini, and at the back we're gonna have two strong options as well, and you're gonna see that this team is gonna apply so much pressure to the opponent, especially that ice typing Technoblast from that Genesect in no time against the enemy, and you're gonna have the upper hand if you want to play like Anifion, because if you didn't know, Anifion is already legend, so we're talking about a trainer that definitely knows how to compete against other trainers on the highest elo of Go Battle League, and especially against a meta that seems pretty chaotic at the moment. So now, without any further ado, let's dive into the first battle and let's see what Anifion has to offer. Let's see how this team can respond against this Umbreon, because it is looking like a very good lead for our fairy type. However, we still have to threaten it with a Moonblast and something more, because Umbreon on that Ultra League format is even tankier than it is on Great League. So Moonblast here will not be enough to bring it to no HP, so we have to go for the Moonblast. They're gonna block the big move, which is really crucial at the moment, and we're gonna see now another move, this time the last resort once again, and it is gonna deal a nice chunk to our Tapu Fini. A very nice catch with a potential last resort on the steel type. They have an Incineroar, and look at how easily it is for Incineroar to farm down completely with those Fire Fangs. We're gonna see now the return of the Tapu Fini, and we're gonna have the upper hand here with the Serfs. However, they are gonna block, which is really huge right now, and we have to sacrifice a shield, to be honest, because we have two of those remaining, and one Serf can be a very nice move against the Fire type, so we're gonna be able to farm down right after, and Incineroar is out of play. We're gonna go for the Surf against the next Pokemon, which is gonna be the Genesect, but they managed to catch the move on that Umbreon. What we can do though here, I believe, is to go in with Dragalge and completely farm down. Anifion has to charge up those Aqua Tails, or perhaps go for the overkill with the Outrage. But let's see how this can unfold towards the end of the battle, because we're seeing that Umbreon going for even more moves. They have the Genesect, which can get to those double magnet bombs fairly fast, so let's see if Dragalge can get the work done. The opposing side has an X-Scissor version of that Genesect, so we have the time to go here for that end game with the final Aqua Tail, 3 Aqua Tails for the Genesect to fall, and we're gonna get a very nice start for this video. A Granbull on the next one, we're gonna see the switch out to the Drapion, and this is not looking that well, but we can catch the move on the Dragalge. It is gonna be the Sludge Bomb, crazy catch here by our Anifion, and let's see how Dragalge can still go against this Drapion, because Crunch is still hurting like a lot. We're gonna be able to go here for that Outrage. They are gonna block it, and to be honest, I was not expecting that, because they could get to the move and survive on Aqua Tail, so that's why Anifion went for the big move, but the opponent knew better here, and we're gonna go ahead with the Aqua Tail, able to finish off Drapion, and they come back with the Granbull. Good news about our Pokemon is that we're gonna be part Dragon and part Poison, which means that we take neutral damage from those fairy typings, but I believe that was not enough damage by that Granbull, so perhaps we're gonna be able to do a lot of work now with Tapu Fini, but they're gonna leave the match, so we're gonna get this victory. Umbreon once again into the next one, and we're gonna check now that Moonblast right straight ahead. We have to take the moves, nothing to worry about here, but they have a Psychic. What a spicy moveset for that Umbreon. Psychic is gonna have also a chance to debuff our Pokemon here. They're gonna block, which is always nice, and we can still take one move. Anifion decides to go for that shielding game, because he knows that if they shield, he has to shield at some point, so he's gonna use the shield from now, and since they took that move, the Moonblast, I'm pretty sure we can take now the Psychic and completely farm down right after. The opposing side is not gonna switch out, and we're gonna have the Skuntank coming in with that little bit of amount of energy, we can still reach at the final second to the surf, able to deal a nice chunk to the Shadow Skuntank. The opposing side has a Houndoom, and those battles are pretty neat right now. We're gonna be able to completely farm down, I believe, right after, because even a Crunch cannot threat us at all. Houndoom definitely a spicy pick, but not that spicy overall, because it still has a positive amount of good matchups against the meta, especially against some ghost types or even against a Genesect with its fire typing. We're gonna be able to have another good lead into the next one now, with the Obstagoon upon the lead against our fairy type, and they are safe switching into an Escavalier. So a fighting type, kind of pseudo fighter at least, up in front, a pseudo fighter at the back with Escavalier. What is there in between? Something like another pseudo fighter, but let's see, because this Escavalier can still reach to the double drill run, and they have a Giratina in between, so they were completely clueless about having a matchup like Tapu Fini. So that is a bad team composition, I believe, especially against Tapu Fini. And now we have to go in with Genesect. We have the upper hand right now. Just a pure Technoblast can do the work, while we just have to take note of those Shadow Claws and Shadow Sneaks, of course. They have now the Obstagoon coming in here, and we have a very good matchup against this Pokemon once again, especially with Dragalge being a poison type, resisting those counters by a lot. We're gonna be able to take now another Night Slash. Even if they take the boost, things cannot get that weird for us. Gonna go for the big move, the Outrage. It is not gonna land. The opposing side was waiting for that to happen, so we can take one more Night Slash, especially by not getting the boost for that Obstagoon. No reason at all to keep our shield out of play. We're gonna keep it in play, and we're gonna use it for Genesect. But look at how much damage that Technoblast is gonna do to the OG, to the Giratina, and with that in mind, Obstagoon will return, but we already have a move ready to go. Magnet Bomb will be more than enough to erase that remaining HP out of Obstagoon. A very good lead on the face of Pangoro, I believe that's the correct pronunciation of that thing. And we're gonna see now a Crobat on the switch. Crobat is a very cool Pokemon to use if you didn't know for the current meta of Ultra League of Halloween Cup, because it has access to a Shadow Ball, which can threat pretty much everything, and other than that, you have access to Poison Fang to debuff your opponent. Of course, you have the best possible matchup against Nidoqueen, which is a really huge asset for any Crobat player out there. So they have to throw here, most probably gonna be a Poison Fang. We can survive it. Can we reach to another move though? No, we cannot, because after the debuffs, our Pokemon, our Genesect, is not looking that great. We're gonna go in now with the Dragalge. We can take the Shadow Ball, but it hurts a lot. In the process though, we're gonna farm down completely. Pangoro comes in, and we have to go now for that Outrage. They have definitely turned around that bad lead scenario, so this can be extremely fun and entertaining to watch, because it's all up to the last Pokemon, which is gonna be the Nidoqueen. Are you kidding me? Normally that can be a very bad matchup for our Tapu Fini, and you're seeing that those moves are still shredding us apart. So we have to go now with the Surf. This is gonna do super effective damage, but we cannot farm down. Instead, they are gonna farm us down, and we have to shield now, because even a Poison Fang can put us at a very low point. They have the remaining Pokemon, the Pangoro. We are able to reach to that final move, to the Aqua Tail, to take that huge win, and Anifion will go to town after this battle. Into the next one now with the Tapu Fini, and we're having a very weird matchup here, because it's all up to who can win that CMP. The opposing side decides to go for the switch out to absorb the Moonblast on the Drapion. I don't know if that is gonna be the best play here, and we're gonna catch now their move on our Dragalge. Big brain play here, and we can completely farm down right after. However, now Tapu Fini can return, and is gonna completely go down our Dragalge, because it resists pretty much everything, and we just have to go here for the double Aqua Tail. That Outrage is gonna do almost no damage at all, and we have to go for the double Aqua Tail, because we want to chip even a little bit more than usual than we could do with that Outrage. They come back now with their final Pokemon, which was what? Okay, a Shadow Nidoqueen, that is looking kinda weird for us right now, but we have the upper hand, I believe, because we have a Steel type at the back which can resist those Poison Fangs, and by blocking this Earth power, we have a Techno Blast ready to go, which is gonna connect to finish off completely that Nidoqueen. They have the Tapu Fini, and guess what, trainers, I think we're gonna go here for the Magnet Bomb and perhaps one more to close the match with Genesect. Genesect is a key meta Pokemon for the current Halloween Cup of Ultra League, and this is looking pretty cool for us. Into the next one and the final one, we have a bad lead against Nidoqueen, which is not a bad lead that much at least, because we can still do super effective damage with those serves, with those counters. At the switch, we are met up with another bad matchup, this time against the Scrafty. They can definitely destroy us down, I believe, but we can do a lot of work with those Magnet Bombs. This is getting really surprising for our team here, and we're just gonna take the move now because there is no reason at all to risk anything at this point. Tapu Fini can come in, absorb the move, whatever that can be, even an acid spray, which I don't think they have. We can take that move for sure. So down they go, they come back with the Nidoqueen, and we can tank one Poison Fang, but it will do a lot of damage. At this point we can go with the Surf, dealing super effective damage, so we can provoke a shield for sure. However, the opponent doesn't do that, and they have the Umbreon for their end game. We have Dragalge, things are looking kinda scary, but let's see how this can turn towards our advantage, because we need 3 of those foul plays while we have the shield up. We're gonna get the second foul play, now we have to start shielding, and we can go here for that amazing Aqua Tail to take their shield out. So now we can go for the big move, the Outrage, and boom! Amazing damage to that poor Umbreon. Can we farm down right after though? This can get tricky pretty fast, so let's see. We're gonna catch the move on that Tapu Fini. Crazy play here while we preserve the energy for the Aqua Tail against this Nidoqueen. However, they get to the move first. The Poison Fang will not deal the lethal damage that Dragalge needs. We can still survive. Can we survive one of that Snarl? No, we cannot. Fainting out at the same time, and that is a crazy ending for a very nice video overall. Thank you, Anifion, for submitting your battles. Today's battles were pretty much entertaining, and I really enjoy how Dragalge could fit in a team that is gonna be competitively good for that Halloween format of Ultra League. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.